For the O.C.G, and I'm here playing Tomb Raider 4. Start it over.
And so, we breach the... Careful, all is not as it's... Good men.
That's my bad.
And so, we breach the sanctuary. Careful. Good men. Careful, all is not... Good men. The first obstacle. Come, come, child. Patience. This one called.
I got this one, Corey. I'm a fucking pro!
A useful crack.
Well, honestly,
Run to...
considering I beat Tomb Raider 3, which, yeah, I would say I'm no longer a new Tomb Raider player.
Good, good. Now press forward to climb up. This is a high... chance to earn your keep.
Your average price.
Look for a lever or pressure pad. There must be one close by. When you find it, use action to activate it.
You will catch your death in those clothes, my dear. Walk up to... There will be another lever up there. Pull it.
Lever.
Get back down here quickly. The quest is nearly at an end. Swiftly across the vines now. Now press forward to swing across. Don't let go of action, or you will again be for the plunge.
You will again be for the plunge.
There is no mention of this in the texts. Ah, a backpack. Let us hope it does not... Now it begins. The eyes... Dive through the gap. Dive through the gap. Press jump to perform a diving roll. The Garden of the Five Towers. To the right, the path of the heretical. To the left is the route of the virtuous.
You know me, Werner. A regular virtuoso.
Now it becomes The door before us requires two. Push forward. Swing across to the alcove. And now for the last. You are in all
Damn it. Son of a whore. Fuck. I'm gonna beat that fucker this time. Fuck, okay. Gotta never please forgive me for doing my sons of deals and do 'em. Gotta never please forgive me for doing my sons of fucking deals and do 'em. Gotta never please forgive me for doing my sons of deals and do 'em.
And so the pupil excels the master.
Gotta never
I
please forgive me for
congratulate
doing
you
'em.
on your agility. Take your prize from the plinth. You have earned it.
In the time it took you to find your way...
Ah, ancient hocus pocus.
God, this actually scared me. I forgot you're supposed to wait for him to... You're supposed to fucking wait for him to deactivate those traps. I'm actually curious if you can just skip that, though. I guess we're going to see. Nope. Looks like you pretty much have to wait for him. Lame! No, you have to. Well, maybe I could press the switch. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Oh god. Give me for doing my sons of deals and do them shots fast as I do my deals. And your sweet not even choose say I love you, bro, and so how you doing, man? Gotta never be okay me for doing my sons of deals and do them. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. Ah, fuck, okay. That's right, I went the wrong way. Really just get lost. Oh, God. Oh, actually, it saved me time. I would have gone that way anyway. Yeah, I forgot you can fucking still move while it's in a cutscene and inadvertently fuck yourself like that. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. If you like, comment, and subscribe. You gonna do your thing, bro? Oh, fuck off. Fuck me. Precise shit like this is where these games really struggle. Their jumps are, this game is not precise. Oh yeah, motherfucker! I'm gonna make a brief detour to get the shotgun here. Because I want it as soon as I can get it. Got to have my shotgun! Oh yeah! I'll ultimately have to do the puzzle again, but I don't give a fuck. It was worth it for the shotgun. You understand me? It was worth it. Yeah, God, it's so easy to fuck up. Fuck you. God, okay. Ah, you. God. Normally, the games in all fairness, usually the games don't require this level of precision. So, and on top of that, it's like if they just made you redo it, but they like normally in the game you'd have to go into downstairs and pull the fucking chain. So like, each time you fuck up, which you're gonna fuck up, you're gonna have to redo that tedious process. Now, of course, the magic of quick saving and loading lessens the sting of that a little bit, but still. Oh, fuck you. Oh, boy. Thank fuck. Well, hello there. And thankfully, as far as I know, this is the only level where you're following around a guide. You have to follow him. And the rest of the game, you can just go at your own fucking pace. Oh no, scorpions. Anyway. Oh, it's right. Go through the mouth of the Sphinx. I forgot about that. I feel my temperature rising. It's burning higher and higher. Kisses take me higher. I don't know why that song stuck in my head. Fuck it, I'm gonna get in all the shotgun shells. Ain't worth it. Really, bro? Okay. You can't kill the zombies until you get explosives, which you're not gonna have, so... Until much later in the game, if you see a zombie, fucking run. Or mummy, I'm sorry, mummy. Oh, mummy is kind of a zombie when you think about it. It is a reanimated corpse. Honestly, if we're getting, like, technical about it. I mean, the process is different, but it's essentially the same outcome. Although usually mummies are a lot stronger than generic zombies. So... And also, they're not contagious. So there is some differences, but yeah. What'd you say, Echo? Are you team mummy or team zombie? Zombie. That's funny. A zombie. A zombie mummy. Zombie. feeling more on the mummy side just because mummies haven't been fucking done to death. I have nothing against zombies, but in TV and shit the last, I'm going to say 10, 15 years, they've kind of been done to death. And like every time you think, oh no, we're done. No, you're not. People are like, oh my god, The Walking Dead is finally over. It's like, prepare for 8 spin-offs! It's funny because I swear there's more shows of The Walking Dead on there now after it's technically over than ever before. Which I find to be fucking hilarious. But I don't think people were tired of The Walking Dead. I think they were tired of the format. So by them making different things for each show and all that, they did kind of still rectify the issue. That makes sense. Maybe one of these days we'll see a fucking remake of The Walking Dead to actually follow the fucking comic book. While I like a lot of The Walking Dead, it did not really follow the comic books, and it got progressively simple and unfortunately needed in a movie format. But starting with The Goblet of Fire, which sadly is my favorite Harry Potter book, they just got more and more away from the fucking novels until by the end they were just making like radical departures. It also sucks because they fucking they had 2 movies for the last part and they still left a bunch of shit out. I'm like, what? It's like you had twice the fucking runtime. You know, a lot of people aren't excited for the Harry Potter show. I am, because from what they've said, they actually intend for it to be much more faithful to the books than the movies were, or the later movies. And they intend for it to be... they don't have to keep it PG. They originally wanted to keep it PG in theaters to get as much audiences as they could, which I understand. It's a children's film or a children's book series, at least at the start. Obviously, it doesn't fucking stay that way, which kind of fits because it's all about Harry growing up. So the novels get darker as he gets older, and kind of worked out because the fan base got older as well. But I digress. They're on fucking HBO. They don't have to worry about any of that shit. So they can go full fucking bore on the darker shit that they left out of the movies. Even the later ones, you know? And then because they're a show, they can have a much, much greater runtime. And hopefully include all that shit. Like, they just chopped out huge, huge portions. I remember when I watched Goblet of Fire for the first time, and they just literally skipped. Like, I shit you not, okay? So, Goblet of Fire is like 757 pages. If I remember, 737, somewhere in there. It's in the 700 mark. I remember being so stoked for the Goblet of Fire movie, because I fucking love the book. One of my all-time favorite books, like, of all time ever. And when they start out, they literally cut out the first 100 pages of the book. Like, I shit you not. Well, give or take, okay? So it starts out with the flashback with Nagini, the snake, you know, which is how the book starts. But then there's the whole section at the Dursleys, which is, you know, was in all of the movies up until then, and in all the books. And then there's him going to the Weasleys. Then there's them traveling to the Quidditch tournament. The Quidditch game. The startle. As the Death Eaters put their sign in the sky. Oh my god, motherfucker. And the movie literally starts with him waking up in the tent in the Quidditch camp. Just literally skips the entire first 100 pages of the book. It was fucking crazy. And like, as soon as I saw that, even as a kid, I was like, what was this, 2005? So I was like 9 at the time. Even then, I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I had already read the whole book before the movie came out. So I'm like, what do you mean? You know? And then Dobby, who I fucking love Dobby. Dobby was a massive part of A Goblet of Fire. And he's just entirely absent from the movie. Like, he's not even mentioned. When he's like a major part of that book, I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. You know, in the Triwizard Tournament, Harry has to find a way to breathe underwater. And he's not good enough to appropriate. Because, you know, he's not old enough. You have to be year 7 to start, not appropriate, I'm sorry, transformation, I'm sorry. To, do, like, transformations in animals and shit. And, you know, that wouldn't be a problem for the other people because you're supposed to be a last-year student to even be able to put your name in the cup, but extenuating circumstances, and yeah, we are all fucking day. But, so Harry has to find another solution to breathe underwater. And so he gets gillyweed, which helps him get gills and swim. And in the books, it's Dobby that gives him the gillyweed. He's like, I got you, bro. And in the movie, it's fucking Neville Longbottom. So, you know, the hope is that they can just do the pure, unadulterated vision of Harry Potter. And I also find that exciting, right? Because it means they're coming at it from a different angle. If they were just redoing the films again, it would be like, fucking why? But with them going for a much darker angle and a much truer to the book perspective, it actually gives this merit to exist, in my opinion, I guess you could say. Where it's not just doing the same fucking thing. So, you know, I'm excited for that. Although, God knows, I don't even think it started filming yet. And then even if it's going to take a fucking year between filming each season, which it probably will take longer than that, to be fair. We're looking, you know, it's going to be like 7, 8, 10 years before this shit's finished. Not that that bothers me. Good things are worth waiting for. My only fear with J.K. Rowling is that she will try to pull, like, do revisionist shit. Like, I like J.K. Rowling, and I don't care what anyone says, but my issue with her, and it was pretty fucking simple, is that she was trying to, like, change elements of the lore after she wrote the books, and not in another story, because, like, okay, but, like, after the fact, she was just changing shit, and it's like, you can't do that. And if you're gonna do that, you either A, need to make another story showing that fucking change, or B, you need to re-edit the books. And of course, you know, that would be a massive kerfuckle. But you can't just be like, okay, I know I said... And you know, people want to shit on fucking George Lucas, but it would be like if instead of doing the special editions, he just said, okay, this is what happened, and this is canon now, but I'm never going to incorporate it into the movies. You're just going to have to take me at my word. that it's canon. That would be the frustrating part. You know, if you want to imply that Gandalf, or not Gandalf, I'm saying Gandalf, it's funny. If you want to imply that Dumbledore's gay? Fine, cool, awesome. Make a fucking short story about his relationship with Grindelwald, so it's part of the actual lore, and there is writing. It's written down. Don't just say, oh yeah, he's gay, after the fact, you know? Or, Harry should have got with Hermione. I feel like you should have decided that, like 10 years ago? Plus, honestly, the whole Harry-Hermione thing is too predictable. Also, who the fuck... If you like couples that have, like, the same name or the same initials, I don't like you. And then remember, one of his kids already has the name Hagrid as one of his names. Okay? So, then what, we're doing WoW, or WWE, we're doing Triple H. Make sure I get all the ammo. Are you fucking kidding me right now? What a bitch. Oh, sorry, 1 second. I do love how you can run people over with the car. Plus, like, the fact that you're not bound by him. Like, you can let him, you can chase him, but if you know where to go, you literally can just skip his involvement. And I love how also the car doesn't have separate health, so you just have to worry about her health. And it sounds stupid, but it simplifies shit. Okay, fuck, I'll start over again. And, you know, for a game released in 1999, the car handling's pretty good. Because they haven't really changed the handling. I mean, they've changed the controls to make them easier to use, but other than that, the actual handling of the car is the same, so actually it held up surprisingly well. I played a lot of games with car sequences that were way fucking worse than this. Also, props to this game for finally letting you ride the fucking bike. You know, the first vehicle that we ever see Lara Croft on, right, is the fucking bike in cutscenes in Tomb Raider 1. And then Tomb Raider 2 introduces vehicles, so you're like, oh, is it the bike? No. it's a speedboat, which is fine, and a snowmobile, which is fine. Then 3, it's a 4x4, so it's like, come on. You know, and this is like a Jeep, but then later on, you get her fucking motorcycle. And get to ride that around. We're gonna stop and come in here and get this because 1, that's the health shit that we need, and for 2, because this ammo is very good. Like, bro, how many fucking grenades? How many fucking grenades did you fucking have in that car? Like, what? And being able to actually drive and take out the fucking pillars was pretty awesome in 99, so you typically didn't see that kind of destruction in games like that. Then you have this section, which is just so confusing. You see a gate and you're like, oh, what the fuck? But you have to fucking hop out of the car, hop here, hop around, and fucking jump up and hit the triangle button to grab a switch in the air, which they did not give you a fucking tutorial for it. So he had that long fucking tutorial, right, with Von Croy, where he stops you every 15 seconds, but not telling you something like that. So, you know, it takes you a while to find the switch. And then when you find the switch, you're like, how the fuck do I activate it? It's, you know, it'd be different if you jumped up there and grabbed it. No, you have to hit activate, which is not explained to you. And was not a thing in any of the other Tomb Raiders. So it's not like, well, if you played the other Tomb Raider, no, you wouldn't. You would not know. That was something new. So you're just going to be sitting there in the... fuck me. You're going to be sitting there in the first fucking car chase with your fucking thumb up your ass. And it almost feels counterintuitive because it's like you have like such momentum going with the car chase. And then it's like, no, we're going to fucking stop you dead in your tracks. And that's not to say that games can't do that right. Plenty of games have handled, you know, car levels where you get in and out effectively. Half-Life 2 had a really great car level. Probably my favorite level in the Half-Life series. Highway 17 where you're getting in and out of the car on the beach and stuff like that. It can be done. It just, you know, wasn't done here. But then again, once again, 99, so... I also like the fact, if I'm not mistaken, you can... If I'm not mistaken, couldn't you just jump in? Nope. One of the games you can just jump in from the top. And you can see that this is one of the things that form the basis for vehicles chase scenes in games. So it's rough as fuck, but you can see it there, that this is the start of that idea. And then we all gotta start somewhere, and we all gotta walk before we can run, so... Tomb Raider walk so Uncharted could run. Or drive, but you get the point. Now we're back to business as usual. And I do like Last Revelation because Tomb Raider, the combat in Tomb Raider, up until, I'm going to say, the combat in Tomb Raider up until 2013 was passable. It got better over time, and it was with the times, but it was never more than passable until 2013 when they actually had good combat. Okay? So the combat was fun to keep you on your toes and is a pace changer, but it was never what these games were good at or where they excelled. Like, you have to have some combat, you know, even if it's clunky, to show the danger. But yeah, it was never what they excelled at. And Tomb Raider 2 and 3, while I like Tomb Raider 2, and I think I probably like it more than 1, all things considered, it's up for debate, we'll see, you know, it changes depending on how I feel, did lean a lot more on the combat. And people kind of chastised it for that, which, you know, fair play. But Tomb Raider 4, probably the most out of any of them, greatly scales back on the combat. Like, there's still some, as you can see, I had that chase, but there were shorter moments that punctuate it, you know? And a lot of the time when you see enemies in this game, they're not there for you to fight, they're more obstacles for you to run, like the mummies. You're not, for most of the game, you're not supposed to kill them, you're supposed to get the fuck out of the way. So they're more of an obstacle than an encounter, like a combat encounter, essentially. And they probably focused on the people were wanting more like the original Tomb Raider, focusing more on the isolation, the sense of exploration. So I'm going to say probably more than any other game in the series, Tomb Raider 4 focuses on the quietness and the isolation and the atmosphere. Like, all of the games embrace that to some extent, but Tomb Raider 4 goes the hardest on it. And you either love it or you hate it. I love it, for the most part, because, as I was saying before, Tomb Raider never really excelled at the combat anyway. It worked as a good pace changer, and that's how it functions here. You know, we had a big, long section in the tomb, solving puzzles, doing yada, 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 and then we have a action-filled chase and encounters, and that's about how it rolls. Another change that that is either going to be more or less people's cup of tea is that they scale back in the urban areas a lot. Starting with Tomb Raider 2, they started to have a lot more urban areas in the Tomb Raider series. And some people like it and some people don't. I think it's fine as long as it's like a 50-50 split. I don't think Tomb Raider has to 100% be in tombs. Okay? She raids tombs. That's her job. But to say, like, oh no, like, she should literally never be in a level that's not a tomb is just dumb. I think. And, you know, this series unashamedly takes inspiration from adventure novels and, most importantly, Indiana Jones. Like, Toby Gerard, the creator of Lara Croft and Tomb Raider, has straight up said, Indiana Jones. Okay, and is he in a fucking tomb? Or a temple? No. You see him in fucking Oxford, you see him in Cairo, just in the first film. Plus, if you're always in a tomb, it starts to lose that wow feeling of, oh god, I'm in a tomb. So it's good to have more urban areas to create that juxtaposition. Or at least it is in my mind, anyway. Like, you know, some of the Tomb Raider games, I can sort of get it. Like, fucking Tomb Raider 2013, while I love Tomb Raider 2013, the vast majority of that game is not in tombs. Like, at the end, you have a tomb, and then there are tiny, like, side tombs, but yeah. And they got away with that because it's a damn good fucking game. Honestly, that's why. When you're a fucking awesome game, people let you get away with a lot. And because this was Laura's origins, so, you know, it's like we're showing her settling into tomb raiding. But yeah, I can see the merit of people bitching about that. But, you know, I think 50-50 in tomb and out of tomb is a good ratio, personally. Same with Castlevania. Some people are like, oh, we need the games to be entirely set in the castle. No, you don't. "50-50 is fine. Some of the best Castlevania games were like 50% outside, 50% inside. And they were fucking great. Castlevania 4 is like the fucking GOAT. Well, I'll say, okay, Castlevania 4 for me is the best linear side-scrolling Castlevania. Oh, fuck, I forgot. You have to... You can, yeah, okay, this is where you put the relics when you get them in those... altar sections there. I keep forgetting about that. I mean, they're fucking tucked in, they're hidden. As so much in this series is. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you do something constantly, it starts to impact. And, and I've tried to explain this to people, but on this, it seems counterintuitive, but it's not. Okay? So, I can use music as an analogy. In music, the space between the beats is just as important as the beats. Okay, so, like, if, I have, let's say I'm clapping. Just noise, but then that space between the beats is what creates the rhythm and the tempo. Otherwise, it would just be an endless string of notes. The space between the tombs is what creates the impact of entering the tomb. When Elora enters the tomb, it's supposed to be a oh shit moment, and if you're always in tombs, then it starts to lose its luster. Or like in a horror movie, the moments between the kills are just as important as the kills. If it was just a 10-minute compilation of people getting stabbed, that's not a horror movie, that's a snuff film. Oftentimes, the build-up to the kill is just as important. When people think about Halloween, yeah, they think about, knife shit and all that, but they also think about the creepy fucking parts where Michael Myers is just chilling in the background, stalking his victims, POV, seeing him. All those things are fucking important. I've seen parts of it. I need to watch Under the Skin. I like Scarlett Johansson. Oh, that's right. Okay, I forgot about that. I have to go over here. Yeah, and if it was just a 5-minute highlight reel of Scarlett Johansson killing people, it would fucking suck. The moments between the kills, the setup, the exposition, are what makes the movie great. That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing with the shooter. Far too often I'll play a fucking shooter, and they'll think that they have to constantly have an enemy on screen every fucking second. If you're not killing something, you get bored, and all that can be fun on like a base level. Over time, it starts to become mind-numbing. I would rather have thoughtful encounters that are spaced out than having to be killing somebody every second. I don't mean, I want to go every fucking, I want to go an hour without a kill, but, you don't need an enemy on screen constantly. After so long, it just becomes mind-numbing. You're no longer paying attention, you're just killing. You need those moments of tempo. Even in a horror game, if you're constantly fighting shit, it's like, And hard games will do that, where, oh, we constantly need to have some around the corner. But when you do that, it, once again, as I'm saying, it loses all effect. You need to have those slower moments where nothing's happening, so that when the shit shows up, it's like, oh, fuck. You know, like, if you just constantly have somebody fighting something in a game, it all starts to blur together and loses the impact. You know, and yeah. You know, and that is also a problem with modern society, where it's all about instant gratification. And it is, where, you know, and that is something that pisses me off about modern gamers. And even some of my friends, I'm like, come on, bro. Where they expect a game to be good within 15 minutes, and if it's not, well, fuck this. Or, like, they expect the game to literally be constantly fucking having shit going, you know, almost dangling keys in front of their fucking face. Because they're afraid that they have a short attention span, so if they don't have something, ooh, flashy, wow, that they'll get bored. And I mean, maybe, but, you know, for me, God, that's awful. Like, Nosferatu, that movie just came out, and I saw people like, man, this is slow-paced. Yeah, it's fucking Dracula. Yeah, it's slow-paced. What? Dracula's not a fucking slasher villain. He didn't just pop up and, kill. Like, if you've read any of the novels, if you've seen any of the other Dracula fucking movie adaptations, a lot of Dracula is building up Dracula and the fucking characters. Okay, like, what are you expecting, Friday the 13th when you come to watch fucking Dracula now? You know, and it's one thing to say, you know, this movie's not for me. I prefer quicker paced things, okay? Because then I could respect your opinion. You know, I don't agree with it, but I respect it. But it's another fucking thing when you be like, oh, well, this movie isn't what I thought it would be, so it's automatically a bad movie. Like, do your fucking research before you watch something. You play something. It's like, if you go to see a romance movie and it turns out that it's an action film because you didn't do your research, are you gonna be disappointed that it's not a romance film? Yeah, but you have nobody to blame but yourself for not doing the research. Robert Eggers didn't come up and say, yeah, no, Dracula's just gonna be fucking killing people, you know, left and right, man, slashing bitches. No. And I think a part of the thing is like, I really like RPGs. I like a lot of variety of games, a large variety of games, I should say. But I've always I've always preferred RPGs the most. That's probably my favorite genre of game overall. And that has helped me, I guess, have more patience with gaming in general, because RPGs generally take time to get going. They have a lot of mechanics to introduce you to, and a lot of world and characters to introduce you to, and if they just hit you over the head with it, it would be overwhelming. So they slowly unveil that, and while that is good to not overwhelm you, it also means you gotta spend some time before you really gel with the mechanics, and you really start to know the characters in the story. I have a rule where anytime I play an RPG, I have to give it at least 3 hours before I judge it. And sometimes even longer. Some RPGs take longer to get going, but are worth it in the end. But at least a bare minimum of 3 hours before I judge if I like this or not. Whereas other people are like, no, it's not good in the first 15 minutes. And it's worth it because you're spending more time up front, but you're getting more time back. It's like, okay, so say you spend 3 hours, to get into an RPG. RPGs are substantially longer, so you're putting in more time to get to the good part for more time overall. So it's a return on your investment, If you had to spend way longer getting into RPGs, but they were the same length, it would be like, well, no, then, But no, you're taking longer because it's a longer game. So putting in longer time up front pays dividends over time. And sometimes it just gets on my nerves because sometimes it just honestly feels like I said, people have the attention span of a fucking child. And I'm not talking about people with ADD, although, ADD, God, part of the fucking, and, this is kind of on me and on you, I guess you could say. When we were kids, ADD was so fucking overdiagnosed. Any kid that was at least, hyperactive was considered as having fucking ADD, which is just ridiculous because most kids are fucking hyper. There's a difference between a kid being naturally hyper because they're a fucking kid and a kid being so hyper they can't pay attention to anything ever under any circumstances. But it's like, oh, little Timmy's a little bit angsty today? We'll give him some Adderall. To the point where now it's lost, all fucking meaning. And that inevitably happens anytime something reaches wide understanding, and it's frustrating. Bipolar wasn't fucking properly diagnosed for ages, and then it got diagnosed, and it's taken more seriously now because it is a huge thing. I have family members that have bipolar, and it is not a fucking joke. It can ruin your life. It is absolutely a serious fucking nightmare. But now, because of the wide acceptance of that, any fucking bitch who's moody comes like, wow, I'm bipolar. No, Kathy, you're a bitch. Sit down. Okay? They don't have a fucking diagnosis. They don't have anything. Just, no, you could just be moody. You could just be a dick. You could be prone to quick outbursts because you suck, not because you're bipolar. Some people, bipolars, you literally cannot help it. And the same thing happened with autism. Autism, for years, we believe, people are like, oh man, the autism is going up, it's the vaccines. No, okay, the autism is going up because, one, the population is increasing, okay, so the percentage stayed the same, but the percentage is a larger population. 1% of 100 is 1. 1% of 1,000 is 10. So there's infinitely more people now than there ever was before. And on top of which, looking back, we widely believe that tons and tons of people throughout history had autism. We just didn't have a fucking term for it. So it's not some new phenomenon. Our understanding of it is new, but like you can look back hundreds of years and see people that we would now consider autistic. They just didn't have a fucking word for it then. They just called them crazy. And generally either ostracized them or burned them at the fucking stake. Oh, he's weird. He must be possessed. Lynch him. So it's not that the autism is going up, you know, but so we finally have people, you know, more recognition for autism, and we give people with autism more breaks because, you know, people were really cruel to people with autism for a long time. But now, the fucking bad part of that is now everybody who's even slightly fucking weird, I'm on the spectrum. And now that is so fucking overused that it has no meaning. And somebody who does actually have the autism, Asperger's, basically, a diet autism, or I can't believe it's not autism, but it's just easier just to say autism. It offends me that anybody who's slightly weird is on the spectrum. And they almost, like, glamorize it, like, oh, I'm on the spectrum, okay? And I can tell you, anybody who actually is on the fucking spectrum did not have a good time with it. I had a fucking nightmare of a time as a kid because I had no fucking social skills. I couldn't read social cues. And not only could I not read social cues, but I would have weird fucking sensory issues and my parents wouldn't understand what the fuck was wrong with me. So, oh, okay, I had to climb across on the monkey bars. And I got incredibly fucking bullied as a kid because of it. Got my ass beat regularly. I didn't even go to public school. I was homeschooled. But every time I would go outside to try and hang out with other kids, somebody would beat my ass. So I'm not like, oh yeah, no, I'm on the spectrum, I'm cool. I say I'm on the spectrum because I fucking am, because I can't be any other way. Like, god damn it, if I could not be this way, I fucking would. Nobody who really is autistic, nobody who really suffers from mental shit, fucking chooses this. Or even tries to fucking glamorize it. It's one thing to accept it. Ah, fuck. Yeah. It's one thing to accept it. Okay, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. You shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. But nobody's like, yeah, I'm super glad that I have no fucking social skills. That I'm awkward as fuck. I'm super glad that I feel pain in one part of my body and I can feel it in other parts of my body. And it makes it hard to understand sometimes where the pain is coming from. That's a real thing. Your fucking wires get crossed. So sometimes I can feel pain in one part of my body and another part of my body. And it makes it really confusing where it's coming from. So most of the time when you see those people that, yeah, I'm on the spectrum, it's people that aren't on the fucking spectrum who are trying to co-opt that shit because they are fucking boring. And rather than trying to become interesting just by being cultured or what the fuck ever, what have you, they just want to say they got some shit. And it makes me sad, because as a kid, I used to hope for gaming and nerd culture to become mainstream, so people stop making fun of me. But now that gaming and nerd culture has become part of mainstream, I wish that it wasn't. Because now all these assholes have fucking co-opted it, and they suck. And it would be fine if they wanted to be a part of it, because growing up, I wanted people who were into nerdy shit like me. I would have killed for somebody who was into the same nerdy shit as me. They don't just want a place in the space, which is fine. They want to come in and they want to fucking destroy it. They don't want a seat at the table. They want to come in to your table, uproot it, like fucking flip it over in the kitchen, and then put their own table down. And it doesn't work like that. Okay? You can sit down at the table if you want to or not. But if you don't like what's on the table, go find another fucking table. And leave mine alone. You know, and it's also, we've created this fucking belief, this stupid fucking belief, that everything has to cater to everyone. And aside from the fact that that is literally an impossibility, because nothing could ever possibly cater to everyone, there are too many different people from too many different walks of fucking life, that one person is going to hate something no matter what. Okay, it's a literal impossibility to please everyone. You know, you could make the best flight sim in the world, and if you don't like flight sims, it's garbage. Okay? To that person. But aside from all that, no. Everything should not cater to everyone. You can make a game, a movie, a show, a comic, what fuck ever, music, and it could be for a type of people that like it. And we constantly see properties getting fucking ruined because they try to make them appeal to a mainstream audience. And you know, in their head, the shareholders, their thought process, right, is, well, we're already getting a lot of money this way, but if we broaden our portfolio, we'll get all the money, and it doesn't fucking work that way. And that's why the whole go woke thing is, because they're like, we're going to take this, we're going to make it appeal to mainstream audiences. The mainstream audiences don't care, so all you really accomplished is losing your fan base, and then, inevitably, your shit flops. Like, I could literally say, right now, that Tomb Raider is bad. Because, well, it doesn't have enough shooting, so it should have more shooting to appeal to people that like action. It should have more racing levels, because it should appeal to people who like racing games. It should have isometric sequences to appeal to people who like Diablo and stuff that's top-down. And then all of a sudden, it just becomes a fucking gibberish. Because you had to appeal to everyone, and it's like, no. You don't have to like Tomb Raider, but stop trying to ruin Tomb Raider for the people that do like it. Like, if you don't like it, fucking move on. It's okay. You know, like I've said, I am not big on sim games. I'm not big on sim racing. I will always take Need for Speed or Midnight Club, for example, over Gran Turismo or Forza. But because I prefer arcade racers, am I then going to say that all arcade racers should, all sim racers should have an arcade mode to appeal to my sensibilities? No! I just say this is not for me, and then I go play the games that I'm actually interested in. I don't like fucking sim games. I don't like games like The Sims, even though it's a sim game, but you know what I mean. Animal Crossing, you know, my mother loves Animal Crossing. I can't stand it. I think it's boring as fuck. I play games for the escapism, for the fantasy, for doing things that I can never do in real life. So a game that focuses on the 9-to-5 aspects of real life bores me to fucking tears. It's like I'm already eating, pissing, shitting, monitoring my hygiene in real life. I don't need to do it in a game. But am I going to sit there and say those games should be changed to accommodate me and try to shit on the people that do like The Sims? No, I just accept that it's not for me and I move on. But you have these people who are literally like, oh, I don't like this, so I'm going to change everything about it. Like, no, fuck you. And they're like, well, gatekeeping is wrong. No, 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 no. Okay? Some gatekeeping is good. Now, there is bad gatekeeping. Okay? And to give you an example, bad gatekeeping is when you have somebody from, like, say, the Dark Souls community who says, well, you're not a real Souls fan unless you play all the games without summoning. Don't look up any help for a walkthrough and play it blindfolded. People like that. That's bad gatekeeping. Good gatekeeping is people who say, well, I think all Souls games should have a mandatory easy mode. Fucking why? The director wanted to make a tough but fair game to challenge you. And if you don't want to play that game, that is 1,000,000 fucking % fine. But there are millions of games that are easy, that are meant for everybody to be played for you to play, which are literally trying to come in and say, well, I think the director's vision should be altered, and he shouldn't make the game he wants to make because I can't play it, or I don't want to play it. Usually it's because I can't play it. They're not good enough. Which would be a problem. They weren't fucking dicks about it. You know, some people are just not good at games, and that's okay. But it's like, so now you're literally trying to dictate what this fucking guy makes and what he's capable of making, you know, when there's like, okay, you know, because I guess they feel left out or whatever, but it's like, dude, there's like 99 games over here that are tough, or, I'm sorry, easy and accessible for everybody, and you want to complain because a small subsection of games over here are tough. And I actually think that including an easy mode can actually fuck up the design philosophy, okay? Because the whole point of a Souls game, or a Souls-like in this case, you know, because it's almost become an entire genre now, mind you. I mean, no, it pretty much is its own genre at this point. Is being challenging but fair. As I said, that's the key ingredient. People look at it and they just think, oh, people like it because it's hard. No, we like it because it's challenging but fair. You know, Souls games will be really hard, and then you'll see a person who's good at the Souls games walk through it like it's fucking nothing. You know, like I would die to a boss in a Souls game endlessly, and then by the time I finally beat it, I could then do that fucking shit blindfolded. Because once you figure it out, you got that shit. Challenging but fair. Okay? If they had an easy mode where they could just make it a cakewalk, then they would be less stringent on balancing it on the normal mode, because they say, well, if this is too bullshit, we'll just tell people to switch to easy, and then we don't have to put in the work to balance it. Whereas if that hard mode is the only mode, they have to make sure that it's fucking playable and balanced, and that they walk that tightrope between challenging and bullshit. And, just, you know, not for nothing, but somebody should be allowed to make the types of game they want to fucking make. You know, and I get it. It pissed off people because, it pissed off people because, you know, like Elden Ring is when we saw this discussion hit a fever pitch, because Elden Ring became a cultural sensation. People knew of the Souls games, people knew of them, but Elden Ring swept the fucking world in 2022. Like, it was a sensation. So people were like, oh man, excited to play it because all their friends were talking about playing it, and then they played it and like, oh shit, This is fucking hard. So I can understand wanting to be a part of something, but you can just accept that, this is not for me, and play the other 10 massive fucking games that also came out that year. Because, like, the same month that came out, Horizon Forbidden West came out, and Hogwarts Legacy. Which, once again, Hogwarts Legacy has tons of accessibility options. So, literally the same month that came out, a major AAA fucking thing that catered to you. So, you know, and it's just exhausting. And these same people, and what really is kind of ironic, it's bitterly ironic, is that these people are saying games need to diversify. Well, if every game appeals to everyone, then they're all the same. Literally, they're all the same if you do that. So in the push to diversify, they're actually trying to make games all the same. And then they bitch that, well, AAA games is just the same shit. There's no creativity. Because you want everything to be for everyone. And when you do that, there's no way that it can be different. So, like, you're literally defeating your own fucking cause, and you can't see it? Yeah, this concludes my TED Talk. It just pisses me off. Fucking city is a whore. That I never makes a guinea for doing my vanity just as is. And my city is being a dick. I'm used to it. Got an envy to me for doing my sensitive name. Sweet. And that's actually what is so great about gaming, man. Is there's such a wide market for gaming, and by extension, movies, music. Is it such a wide market? There's something for everyone. So even if this one thing isn't for you, you can really easily find 15 things that are. It's like you're trying to chase this one thing and force it to change. Fuck. You're trying to chase this one thing and force it to change instead of finding the 15 things that are already what you want it to be. It's like you're surrounded by a sea of yellow cars. But instead of picking the yellow car that you want, you find the one blue car and demand that they paint it yellow. Well, there's a yellow car right there, man. And then they get upset when the car dealer's like, well, we already have a car that's exactly like you want that's yellow right here. Well, I demand that all cars be blue. Well, then what about the people who like yellow? Well... So fucking stupid. If something appeals to everyone, it really appeals to no one. You know, and there's enough people in this world and enough types of things that you can just make what you want to make, and there will be people that'll find it and love it. You don't need to sit there and check off a fucking list to make everybody happy. Not that you even could, but you shouldn't even try. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you should make the type of game that you would want to play. Because if you wouldn't want to play it, why would fucking anyone else? Nah, there you go. You know, and we have people, right? You know, making movies, making games, making music that don't like movies, that don't like games, that don't like music. And it's like, for the love of God, why? Why would you make a Star Wars movie if you don't like Star Wars? Oh wait, that's right, money. But then that's like saying that's all of the money that's there is to be made Star Wars. You can easily find something that you do like and make money there. Get in where you fit in, man. Oh well, what are you gonna do? People fucking suck. You know, it's like you bring somebody a cookie, and you have a cookie for you, and then they're not excited that you bought them a cookie. They want your cookie too. It's like, fuck you, man. You got your cookie. Let me have my cookie. What are you doing? Like, you joshing me, bro? Oh, come on. Nope. Okay, yeah. I gotta swim down. The gate's still closed. Ah, fuck. I want to leave him back around. Oh, well. It's easy to get lost down there. there's a specific path you have to take. Is it here? The path. It's one of the places here. Divots. Okay, here we go. And thankfully, it hopefully loops you right back to where you need to be, which I think is cool. Tomb Raider 4 has interconnected levels that loop in on each other, which I like a lot. And this is where I got before I restarted because I got it back away, so I wasn't that far in. I just said, fuck it. Okay. Yeah, no, I have to backtrack. It's also where Tomb Raider 4 can unfortunately be confusing for newcomers or even fans because the levels can be done in different orders, and because they loop around, it can be much more confusing finding the right solution where to go. I would definitely recommend using a guide, even if you don't believe in using a guide all the time, but just at least look it up if you get stuck. Otherwise, you can be sitting there. Some of this shit really is fucking cryptic. Ass hat. Such a cutie, Echo. I love you. You done, bro? Yeah, you done. Mm-hmm. Ah, okay. Seriously, bro? Oh, that's great. Okay. Echo, I love you. You gotta get up. You're killing me. You're fucking killing me. Ugh. I hate those fixed camera angles so fucking much. Oh, okay. No, I'm pretty sure I can't make that fucking jump. No, as I thought. Nope. God damn it.
No.
It's not the way. I'm pretty sure. No, it's not. Okay. I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom real quick. Okay. Oh, hey! Good to see you! Emily! Wee wee! The mistress of the cheese! Let me see. Oh. Okay. How are you? How's your day? Weather still being shitty? Yeah, it's pretty shitty here. 2 degrees. Jeez. I think it's like 20-ish degrees here, so a lot warmer, but still not what I'd call pleasant. Uh, Pretty cold, actually. But I'll live. It is what it is. I'm trying to find the way back to where I came from. Can I hop back up there? Or no? No? Oh, well, maybe. Nope. Didn't think so. Let's see. Oh, okay. I can't have my heater on at night that you got me because my mother has her oxygen machine on, and every time I've had my heater on, even at a lower setting, and she turns on her oxygen machine, we share a power thing. So that's like the one I would use it most. And then my parents were like, "Have you been using the heater a lot? Well, we had to pay $40 extra for the heating bill." So then I'm just like, "Fuck it, I don't want another lecture." So I'm just coping. I don't even think waiting for fucking winter to be over because I'm so tired of this shit. No, wait a minute. That's where I came from. It's really easy to get lost. Fuck, I'm dumb. I tried to activate the fucking pedestal and it didn't work because I didn't combine the things. Oh well. I hate being cold in general with every fiber of my fucking being. So as soon as winter's done, I'll be so much happier. Electricity! And I currently have nothing to fucking drink right now, so going through caffeine withdrawal already sucks, but going through caffeine withdrawal when I'm already quitting doing my fucking OCD ritual is just like quitting two things at once. And that's driving me crazy, but again, what are you gonna fucking do? So okay, which direction do I want to go? Do I want to go to the left, or do I want to go to the right? Or do I want to go straight ahead? Okay, straight ahead is the way I already came, so it's gotta be right or left. Yeah, fuck it, I'll just do right. If it ain't right, it ain't white. Okay, that's a dead end. Well, that made my choice a lot easier. Okay, that just leads to flares. So yeah, I guess that's how I get back. I'm gonna pick up that. Those are the special shotgun shells. Plus, we're just low on food. Oh, I found a secret with a bunch of ammo and stuff. That's cool. We're God. wish so badly that I could have some coffee right now. I was just thinking it's too much shotgun ammo. Oh, shit. Okay, so then... Okay, so the flares are there. Am I supposed to go down there? I just took the wrong tunnel. Like I'm. You know, it doesn't look like there's anywhere else to go in that tunnel. But yeah, we're a few days out from grocery shopping, so the food's low. So it's just cold, caffeine deprived, hungry. It makes me a little cranky, but you know, it is what it is. I've been through worse. Maybe there was something here, but no, I remember because it was. Then what the fuck am I missing then? Should I have gone back the way I can't? Like, there's only. I guess I'll go back and try going forward. I mean, there's. Yeah. But it's the gas station. It's not a grocery station. There's not food there. And if there was, it would be overpriced all the fuck. Ours does not. Oh, that'd be great. God, you make me so hungry. That's not your fault. Fucking bats. Batman made you guys look so cool, but you're really just fucking lame. Like, Laura wouldn't know it yet, but she just acquired rabies. Actually, believe it or not, most cases of rabies in the world come from fucking bats. That's the sad thing. People think of dogs and they think rabies, and they fucking kill the dogs, and you're like 1,000 times more likely to get rabies from a bat bite than from a fucking dog. It's almost non-existent when dogs have it. It's insanely rare. That ass! Yeah. No, but I'm saying we like totally I get that, okay? But I'm saying 99% of dogs that are suspected of having rabies don't actually have rabies. Like, it is so fucking overreported. And the only way to check is to chop their fucking head off to kill them. So, it's really a shame that countless dogs have died just to check and make sure. Or that they, so many people assume, oh, this dog doesn't like me. It must have rabies. No. Maybe you're just a dick. You ever think about that, Susan? Maybe dogs just don't like you because you suck. Crazy, I know, right? Son of a whore. I'm gonna put you in an observation period. Just me and you in a room, locking eyes for 72 hours. You're gonna get so close. Sitting there, fucking staring at you the whole time, bug-eyed. Well, from what I've gathered, your clinic actually seems to be one of the better ones. So I've heard of lots of clinics that will just kill a dog on just suspicion. They don't bother to put him in observation period. Like, I've heard a lot of horror stories of pounds just killing first and asking questions fucking later. Yeah. Ah, shit.
Miss Croft.
Von Croy.
You sound concerned, my dear. Have you misplaced something?
Nothing I shan't be retrieving at a later date, Lieber.
You know how I admire your perseverance, but I fear this time we may be testing it to the, how would you say, maximum.
Always griping, Werner. If it's the leg causing all this resentment, I seem to remember that being down to your affinity with pulling hazardous levers.
Enough of this tedious banter, Miss Croft. It is time for you to realize... Miss Croft? Now, let us review your sprinting skills.
Oh no, it's scarabs. I love the Brendan Fraser Mummy. Have you seen those movies? I love those movies. I like the second a lot too. And I actually... Oh, that's cool. He's the kind of guy that makes everybody feel incompetent. Oh, that's cool. What was this? Oh, that's cool. Wow, that was recent. Okay, so... I guess I have to go back up the pole. Giggity. Giggity! Is he still staying active, working and acting? Like, I haven't seen him in anything in a while. Hey, a torch. Oh, okay, now we... I'd love to meet the guy who plays the mummy, the titular mummy, Arnold Vosloo. He seems like a cool guy, too. Oh, nothing wrong there. Like my mom said, it's consistent work, you know? You get on a TV and it's a success, man. You have a consistent paycheck for years, you know? Don't blame somebody wanting paycheck consistency. Plus, the TV can be just as big. Some people say that the big box office movies are on the decline. I don't think they're on the decline so much as there are more options now, so they don't control as much of the market, but I still think there's a market there. I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine made $1.2 billion at the fucking box office not too long ago, so there's clearly a draw. It's funny because every time a fucking movie comes out and it's like, it does shittily for one reason or another. It's like, our box office movie's dead. It's like, no, maybe people just didn't want to see your movie. I'm sorry. All right. Think about me while you touch yourself. I mean, have a good time. Okay. What am I missing? Oh, great job. Well, fuck. Not sure what that did. That's where I came from. So I thought I had to make sure. Oh shit, there it is. Okay. Oh, terrific. More of this. That's what I love. Oh boy. Okay, back the way I came. Oh, I can't go back the way I came now. Fantastic. Oh, I'm supposed to climb unsailing. Okay, I didn't see that. That's my bad. Outside of help. Hop the hibber. Okay, I guess I. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh, I thought about that too late. Like, what if it turns on fire? Give me a fucking break, bro. Yeah, that's a secret, but fuck it, I might as well get it. Save the special shells for special occasion. Like your mother. Okay. I won. It's crazy. I thought for sure I was going to lose. Apparently, actually, I didn't win. I just got the trophy for winning somehow, okay? Oh fuck, I headed the wrong way. Yeah. Are we seriously doing this shit again, or? I know I just had to push him, okay?
For I have served the god of light, Horus, at the time of plagues. To read this inscription means that the ruler of
darkness is free. Set is released to walk abroad amongst the mortals, enlisting his armies of the night to serve him. He who removes the amulet and releases the dark power of Set shall summon the sun god Horus, for only the power of light will again imprison him. By the power of the amulet and armor of Horus shall Set the ever-living be confined for all eternity. Summon the light of Horus through the light of the millennial constellations into his temple beneath the ageless pyramid, into his likeness set in stone. With his amulet and his armor, he is once more poised to battle and defeat Set.
Oh my god. I'm gonna end this part here, get something to eat. I appreciate you watching. I'm back in